Hello everybody, this is just a little demonstration on molar masses to get us ready for our stoichiometry problems. So to understand what Avogadro's number is, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules of a substance being 1 mole, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to show you in terms of how, like table salt, sodium chloride, NaCl, I'm going to show you how much 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules really looks like when we're talking about salt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just measure out a certain amount of salt, and when we look at the periodic table, we're going to see that the salt itself, when we look at sodium's atomic mass is 22.99. So the mass of 1 mole worth of sodium would be 22.99 grams. And for chlorine, its atomic mass off the periodic table is 35.45. So we're going to just say that 1 mole of that is going to have a mass of 35.45 grams. So the periodic table becomes the all-important cheat sheet yet again to helping us find these molar masses. And when we're looking at sodium chloride, what we do is we just add the two together. So 22.99 plus 35.45 is going to give us 58.44 grams of the substance. So this is 58.44 grams of sodium is going to be what 1 mole of that would be. So in the cup that I'm about to pour for salt, there's going to be 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules of salt in there. So you can see I got my bucket of salt right here, and I'm just going to use this scale, okay, and measure out my 58.44 grams. So just give me a second here and I'll set up my little cell phone. I'm gonna put the my cup onto the scale, and I'm gonna zero the scale out so that way the cup's not gonna be a part of the measurement. And I'm gonna take my salt and I'm just gonna slowly pour the salt crystals in until I get to 58.44, and I've already gone past it. So I'm at 57 right now. Let me just dump a little bit out. A little bit more in. A little bit more. Obviously, this isn't the most scientific way to do this. So what I want to get in here is 58.44. And we're going past 56, 57. 58, perfect. Okay, so right now in this cup, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules of sodium chloride. So that number sounds huge, but remember, when we're talking about atoms and molecules, we're talking about really, really, really small things. So each mole of a substance is going to be a different amount because every atom has a different size to it. I'm just kind of getting rid of all the lumps here. But well, this is 1 mole worth of salt. Okay, just to give you an idea, when we're using such a huge number, like 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, it doesn't always translate into gigantic quantities of a substance because it's really based on the elements and the mass of each of the elements that make that substance up. All right, and the heavier your elements are, the more dense things are going to be, etc. So this is really what I wanted to show you is what 1 mole worth of sodium chloride would be. So if we're going to be doing a chemical reaction with it, and it calls for 1 mole worth, you know you're going to measure out 58 grams worth of it. Okay. If you wanted 2 moles, then you double it. Okay, so this is going to become important for when we do our chemical reactions later on in the unit.